The front lines view, particularly medical professionals, view the plans to reopen in Texas. Joining me now, emergency physician, retired U.S. Army Major Dr. Sudpi Bose. He works at a hospital in Odessa, Texas. We've checked in with you before, Dr. Bose. So the phased reopening, it is sort of a dimmer switch, getting brightened up a little bit, not a full-fledged on. Are you ready? Is Odessa ready for more people in public and a spike that could come with it?
Good to talk to you again. You know, when you look at these decisions, you're looking at numbers, and it's tough decisions. Like, which direction would you rather be wrong? And whenever, you know, an intruder, let's say, breaks into your house, that response starts locally. So each place is going to be different locally, you know, New York City versus Montana. So for us, I think a tiered opening does make sense at this time. And you know, from the emergency room here, to be brutally honest, I think that this virus, in my opinion, is going to go through all of us throughout the United States. And the reason I say that is because, you know, if you're looking at like a vaccine, the mumps vaccine was one of the fastest. It took 4 years. The flu vaccine was 50% effective. And you really have to get things right. Like, the vaccines have to bind properly to the spikes you just showed on the virus. And if you don't bind that properly, actually antibodies bind to it, and it increases enhancement into the cells. So long story short, I don't think a vaccine is going to rescue us, or a med, looking at the trials currently. I think the best case scenario is you open things up in a calculated manner based on numbers and facts, not feelings, and let it go through. And in the best case scenario, it may go through our kids first. Kids are almost 100% protected. Not 100%, but almost. Right. And then it goes to their young parents. And what we did in Italy that was good is, culturally, those kids went to grandma and grandpa, and they got sick. So we got to do this in a calculated manner. And I think it is time to open in a calculated manner.
Gotcha, Dr. Bose. Katie Tur, next question for him.
So I'm wondering, how do you use that information that you are seeing on the ground in Texas and a calculated reopening that you were just talking about, Doctor, and how do you apply that to other places? I'm standing in New Jersey right now, where there are 300 people behind me demanding that the state reopen right now, but New Jersey is a place that is very connected to New York, which is the epicenter of the virus in this country. They have the second most cases. How do you apply the reopening to a state like this, and how do you calm the frustration of people behind me?
And I empathize with that frustration. I mean, losing jobs, getting quarantined at home, kids not being able to go to school or do sports, totally understand that. What I suspect that many of the protesters have not seen is that they haven't seen inside the walls of the emergency room here. So I think we need to make decisions based on the front line. What is coming into the ER? And then once you're seeing decreased cases coming into the ER, decreased patients getting on ventilators, that helps with the calculated decisions. And it's not even always the numbers that are the calculated decisions, because the numbers can lag. If you have garbage numbers coming in, it's garbage coming out. So I think, you know, looking at what's going on the front lines and weighing both options and opening it tiered, not completely all at once, but in a tiered fashion, based on facts, not feelings.
Well, Dr. Bose, let me just ask the question very simply then, this way. The whole point of this stay-at-home orders over the last 6 weeks was to buy you space, time and space in the hospital system. Can you do elective surgeries right now and handle COVID patients? Can you handle the day-to-day and COVID patients? Are you in that situation right now, Dr. Bose?
Right. So back to the intruder breaking into your home, you know, the response starts at home, locally in your own home. So I can comment on what's going on here. And based on my knowledge of what's going on in Chicago, where I split my time, and even New York, it looks like the cases where, you know, the ICUs were crammed full and were bursting at the seams, in most places, that has gotten better. So now, that's why I talk about the tiered openings. So They are starting elective surgeries in many cases shortly, again, in a tiered fashion, and we're opening slowly. But again, the key here is eternal vigilance. Eternal vigilance. You have to look at the numbers, and you have to be ready for more cases. And that's what we're doing here, is just being ready as much as we can in case we have to re-implement. In my opinion, the second spike will not be as bad as the first one. But we are going to have a roller coaster, I think.
Yeah.
Dr. Bose, let's hope that's the case, and let's hope that a lot of hospitals around the country that are seeing just increased waves of people or chaotic scenes as more and more people are hospitalized or potentially put on ventilators, that starts to decrease as well. We are seeing a flattening in some areas. Let's hope that flattening speeds up. Dr. Bose, thank you very much. And coming up, we're going to talk about what we talk about every single day, and that is testing.